What's going on, y'all? I know it's been a while. So Heath and I wanted to do a little bit of a different video this weekend. We got our water here, our coffee. Go grab yours if you need it. And just figured let's just do a little chatting. And we're going to get you all caught up on what's going on with the channel, the future of the channel, and just what's been going on the past several months. So
we've been MIA.
Yeah, we've definitely been MIA. So as we usually say, without further ado, let's get into it.
All right, so let's jump back to beginning of last spring, March time frame. We have our other business, Southern Polished, and for the first time, we had decided to market that online through Meta, Facebook, Instagram. We weren't sure how that was gonna take, because I mean, we've dabbled in it before. Before
it's always been people local and you all. So that y'all are really our customers for Southern Polish. We dabbled in it on top of the shoe repair, and that was pretty much, that's all it's ever been. So there were about 5 of us working here.
Yeah, y'all were our OG customers.
Yeah.
And it exploded. We weren't prepared for it. We probably should have, but you know, like I said, we've dabbled in it before to be like, people would be like, yeah, we can do this, and it didn't, kind of fizzled out. But we'd never done Meta.
Yeah, the thing about it too is, and we'll get more into this, as we got into it, we, as a business owner, you may relate to this, we get a lot of unsolicited advice.
Yes.
And while we do appreciate business advice from folks, you never not quite know what's going on behind the scenes of a particular business. So while it's easy for some people back during the spring, summer to say, hey, you should have had this in place, you should have had this in place, you have to remember, we were a very small 5 people. And when I say 5 people, it's, you know, our parents, me, Heath, Forrest, maybe one other person.
And then we had another young lady who worked here as well.
Yeah, and that's about it. And we've grown our businesses on a shoestring budget. So no investors, nothing like that. So, you know, when the Meta took off over the spring, summer, it was, you know, we had to wait till money came in before we could hire and stuff. So, you know, just want to throw that out there as well.
But yeah, so it started to take off, and we didn't have our suppliers that we normally had. They weren't used to the quantity that we were going to need. The machinery, well, we were still using some of that machinery for Potter & Sons for orders. We're using it for our videos, and then we were also having to use some of that machinery initially for our sandals as well. And then, like Trent said, we didn't have anybody who could come in and help us and train how to do this stuff. And so we were really caught off guard. From the beginning all the way up until, gosh, it took at least through August, early September before we were caught up.
Yeah.
Major backlogs.
Yeah, when those Meta ads, you know, because everybody scrolls through Facebook or Instagram if you're on social media, and you see all the little small businesses or whatever advertising. And that was our thing. We were always, we talked to each other and we said, hey, either we're just going to remain a small little sandal business that we dabble on the side, or we're going to grow. And I think now is the time that we start advertising on Meta and see what happens. And some of the little ads or commercials that we did for it did pretty well, and we were literally getting inundated with hundreds and hundreds of orders and emails, and to the point that our email box was getting, you know, 100, 200 emails a day from people around the world, or especially the US, saying, hey, what size should I get? How does the leather wear? What, you know, tell me about your sandals. And
oh, by the way, who was answering those emails? Our mother.
Yeah.
Who is, you know, basically retired,
Yeah.
and she was doing shipping and trying to answer hundreds of emails as soon as she would pretty much go through and be like, I cleaned it out.
Yeah.
The inbox would boom, boom.
And this isn't her job.
Yeah, this isn't her job.
Our mom for years has been a stay-at-home mom. So she, you know, at 69, 70 years old, I mean, she hopped on and was helping out. So this past spring, summer was just absolute chaos, but good chaos.
Yes.
You know, we were making a lot of orders, and Southern Polish grew, you know, faster than we had ever imagined. And we learned a lot along the way. But it also, like he said, had a lot of hiccups. While all of those thousands of orders are pouring in, that's also, I remember the big yellow machine that used to sit behind us. I think y'all saw a video a couple months ago where the big yellow machine that we've had for 6 years in all of our videos, it caught fire.
Yeah, I'm sitting in my office putting in an order for some more supplies, and Trish just casually walks in and goes, hey, yeah, the sander, the finishing machine's on fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Walk in there and just smoke's coming out. And we shared this place that we're in, we share it with it's a big factory, and with other vendors, and we're having to go and empty 2 fire extinguishers into this thing and get these big fans and trying to blow all the smoke out and everything. Luckily, it was on a Monday, I think, and a lot of people are closed, but yeah.
It was basically due to, and we didn't know this, it was our fault. We should have cleaned it out a lot more than we do, but it was all of the rubber from the sandal soles being sanded, and it was shooting it up into the machine, and it was touching the motor.
One of the wheels on the back.
Yeah.
And it just had a little spark in there.
Yeah.
But we're used to doing a lot of leather.
Yeah.
And leather doesn't have that issue like the rubber does, and it started to smolder, and it caught fire. So that was our big machine. So that's why we've actually had to replace it with these two
little Landis sanders.
Yep. They get the job done for what we're needing it for now, but going forward, when we shoot our videos, it's going to look a little bit different. We also had our old 1940s line finisher. It went out on us.
Yeah. So the big long line finisher that you've seen in all of our videos, it went out too. And as you can see, I mean, it's just been taken apart and sitting down here on the floor. You know, the thing about it is, especially, and a lot of y'all know, because a lot of you folks are shoe people. And if you've watched enough shoe cobbler or shoe restoration videos from folks, you know these machines are old. And there's not a lot of people in the US anymore that are fixing these machines. So it's not like you can just say, oh, it went down, hop on Amazon and go order another one real quick. I mean, there's machines available out there, but they're heavy. They cost a lot of money to ship, or you have to drive across the country to go pick it up yourself.
And knowing what type of condition those things are in.
Yeah, you may get it and it doesn't work great. And then you have to know what you're doing, or you have to have somebody that is in the business, which there's not very many any longer, that go around the US and work on all of the machines for all of the shoe repair shops.
We wound up buying an old Fortuna, probably from the 60s, I'm guessing, band knife splitter. You know, we had to invest in that to try to make the thickness for the straps. And that thing, I mean, it's actually sitting over on the side of the building, the side of the shop right now, and it needs to be majorly tuned up.
So all of the leather splitting machine that we use for all of our sandals and whatnot, we had to hire a gentleman to fly out to Nashville to come down for the day and work on that, and we're going to have to have him come out again and do it. So it gets super expensive to work on these machines or to buy these machines. Yeah, as you can imagine, as all of these sandal orders are coming in, these babies are dropping like, gnats hitting a electric light outside during the summer. So it was rough. So for all the folks that were like, where's my flip-flops, where's my sandals? And, we've tried to send emails, cut us some slack. It was rough, okay? So it's a learning experience.
We got caught up and now we're starting to build inventory, but hey, y'all, it's fall. I'm wearing flannel today because, it's getting a little chilly outside.
Yeah.
But I'm still, it's winter outside and I'll still probably wear my flip-flops.
But the thing is too, we also hired a lot of people.
Yes.
So we would shoot our videos during the day because we were a shoe repair shop. It was just me, Heath, and Forrest, and we would shoot our videos as we work on shoe repair. It's harder to do that now because behind us is where we do most of our shoe recrafting, but now we also do a lot of the sanding for our flip-flops and sandals. And behind on the other side over there is where we have some of our staff that we're hired on that work on our flip-flops and sandals. So it's hard to do a video and whatnot when they're back there during the day doing all of their stuff, making their noise, and it's been a big change.
I know it's kind of hard to, the camera angles can always make things look, like, what does it look like there? Yeah. The area that we actually did Potter & Sons or shot our videos is actually very small. It's the smallest portion of our facility.
Yeah.
And it was precious real estate. We really needed to say, all right, do we continue to designate racks and the machinery and the space for Potter & Sons, or do we say, hey, we need to shift that and move workers around, machinery around, electrical outlets around, so that we can expand and fulfill these orders that we were majorly backlogged on. And so we had to make that decision, and one was outpacing the other, and Potter & Sons got outpaced.
Yeah.
So,
which leads us into Potter & Sons.
Yes.
So you all have known that Potter & Sons is our shoe repair business, and that's the business that we got started on years ago. And Thing about Potter and Sons is it's like a lot of shoe repair shops. And I'll start with this. Let's start with COVID. I think COVID is where not only our channel, we could feel a big hit in our channel. For the first few years that we did YouTube, we were growing exponentially. I mean, every year we were over 100,000 subscribers, thousands and thousands, I don't know, millions of viewing hours on our videos. And during COVID, everything changed. That's where TikTok came out. That's where Instagram Reels came out. And then after that, here comes YouTube with their shorts to catch up with everyone else. So people's attention spans shrunk a lot. And not only did that affect our long form videos, which I'm not saying don't do as well, we still get a lot of views on them, but people's attention spans have gotten much smaller. So the amount of people that were signing up to watch our channel and watch our long form videos, it shrunk a lot. And, and that can be a little disheartening, when you're a content creator.
The type of shoes
that
we were getting.
Exactly.
We saw a change in the market where previously, before COVID, I saw this big kind of influx of dress shoes, like almost like a renaissance. You saw a lot of younger people starting to buy, and you had a lot of these brands that were in direct-to-consumer, well-made shoes. A lot of the brand shoes that you've heard us talk about, those were coming onto the scene. Mm-hmm. And we've talked to some of these owners, and we've seen there's a big change in the direction that they're heading.
Yeah, a lot of those brands, those direct-to-consumer brands that we spoke a lot about, go onto their websites now, and you will notice that most of the shoes went from being dress shoes to now they are like dress sneakers, a lot more rubber soles. And like Heath said, there was a big boom in the dress shoe market pre-COVID. And then when COVID happened and everybody was sent home to work from home, and it took several years for people to start transitioning back to the office, well, when that happened, people became much more casual. And it is rare now to find places where people wear dress shoes. And when that happened, all of a sudden you started seeing the amount of dress shoes that we would get in to restore started going away. And I'm not saying there's not guys out there, a lot of you still wear dress shoes. I still have quite a few myself. But if I'm being honest, how many of your dress shoes do you still wear? I mean, I don't wear a lot of mine
anymore. If I go
on
date night, then I'll usually, or go to church, then I'm going to put on a pair of dress shoes. Other than that, I'm in flip-flops or boots.
Yeah. And that's what happened to the market. So now, on top of that, let's talk about the Saphir. Saphir is a very popular brand of shoe care products out there, and I know a lot of you know it because we used to be one of the largest retailers of Saphir products in the U.S. after a gentleman I'm sure you all know, Kirby Allison. And all of a sudden, we started realizing just after COVID, hey, I'm going around, I'm looking on all these other people's websites, and everybody seems to be selling the premium line of Saphir products. And when that happens, it hurts because Saphir used to be very exclusive in who they allowed to sell their premium line. And it was Kirby Allison, it was us, it was a couple of others, and that was about it. And now everybody's selling it. And on top of that, Amazon.
Yes.
So Saphir held out and did not want Amazon selling their stuff. And then Amazon was allowed to. And when that happened, we could see a noticeable change in how many orders we were getting. Because all of a sudden, as you all know, it's Amazon Prime Day and everybody's getting free shipping, or you're a Prime member and you get free shipping. So now why would you come to a small person like us or some other person out there and have to pay shipping when you can just go on Amazon and have it the same day or next day and for free shipping?
And they also limited who was allowed to sell Saphir to just one other person?
Yeah, there's only like one. Yeah,
and they kind of had this exclusive rights to sell, and this was coming straight from Saphir, and it dinged a lot of us. I don't know about Kirby, maybe he felt a ding too, but I know we did.
Yeah,
and it became what we were paying for the product.
It's not cheap.
It's not.
I mean, the margins on selling Saphir products is not a lot. So it was costing us thousands and thousands of dollars just to buy all these products. But if you guys are buying them, okay, that's great. But when you stop buying them and everybody's going to Amazon, which, hey, I understand, that's when all of a sudden it's not worth our time anymore.
So yeah, we pulled out, and we only carry very few Saphir things, and it's actually on our Southern Polished Boutique ladies line. They're a little bit nicer leather things, and very limited. So if you still like to buy Saphir, we like to support small businesses. go to Kirby Allison and buy them from him.
Yeah, 100%. I would give my money all day long to Kirby rather than going to Amazon. Just me. And that also leads to Potter & Sons, the shoe repair.
Yes.
I know a lot of you right now, if you go to look at Potter & Sons, bam, take a look at it.
It's a sad little website.
It is. It makes me cry.
There's nothing on it.
But the problem is again, 99% of our focus and our time right now has been on these flip-flops and sandals for Southern Polished. It's just where our business is going. And long term, I have to look at long-term vision, which one makes a lot more money for my family, for Heath's family, for our employees. You know, it's fun doing shoe repair, but it's not a long-term thing that's going to just, allow me to hopefully retire one day. And it was making good money, but Southern Polish makes a lot more. So that's where our focus is. So right now,
it's pretty much Forrest who
for
was
the longest
running for this past year. A lot of Potter & Sons was being done by Forrest.
Yeah.
The shoes that we're sending in, most of those were done by Forrest.
And Forrest now is taking over our ladies sandal line, Southern Polish Boutique, which are our high-end custom sandals. So he's running that. So we just don't have the time any longer to take in shoe repair because, again, if we're having to look at our time, how much time, there's not a lot of people out there anymore that do this sort of thing. So we would have to bring someone else on, train them. Training somebody, as you would ask for us, it takes a good year or more to really feel confident being able to let that person go without being under our supervision. So, it's Potter & Sons kind of closed down for right now, and we may end up transitioning that website into something else.
Yeah.
That's something Heath and I will have to decide. But if you go to Potter & Sons right now and don't see anything, it's because it's kind of temporarily closed and we're not doing shoe repair. And that's kind of where that's at. And that leads us to our last topic that we want to talk about, and that is this here, YouTube. It's what
Trenton Heath.
Trenton Heath channel. It's what got us to be able to do where we're at today. And, we're not wealthy by any stretch of the imagination. Right now it is our slow season and we could use some sales. So we'll talk about that soon. But Trenton Heath is what helped us get this big building. It's what got us out of that little 500 square foot roach infested shack that we were in when you first watch our videos from 6 years ago. And so we owe all of this to you all. And y'all are an important part of our story. And we love coming to y'all and doing videos for you all. And we don't want that to end right now.
Yes.
So I just want to throw that out there.
We're going to continue to do videos. That's still kind of like our little baby. We enjoy that.
Now,
some of those videos, some of those shoes that we'll be doing videos will be us. We'll go out and try to find some fun shoes. And some of them may be reaching out to y'all saying, hey, if you've got something cool, and maybe we'll post something, because we actually have changed our Instagram, Potter & Sons Instagram, to Trenton Heath. So if you follow us on there, like many of you do, we'll still be putting things for our YouTube video. We'll be on there, including announcements. So, hey, if we're looking for something particular and you've got it, then you'll be messaging us through a DM on Trenton Heath Instagram, formerly known as.
And we'll also continue to be active on the community board on YouTube. So again, we're not looking to have people send their shoes into us any longer for videos. And if we do, again, like Heath said, we'll reach out and ask for particular things. But we want to continue to go out there. We may hit, flea markets or consignment stores or estate sales and fun things that are going to kind of mix it up a little bit and start bringing content like that. So yes, we will still be trying to do the shoe repair, but it's going to be on shoes or boots that we either reach out and ask for your help or we find out there in the community and we bring in and shoot the video for you. So, we hope that you'll continue to, watch us. And we usually post on Saturday mornings. And we love when y'all drink your coffee and leave us comments saying you're drinking your coffee and watching our content. It means a lot to us and we really appreciate it. I think that just about does it. Other than...
Southern Polished, it's our slow season, but we're also getting close to holiday season. So we could use any sales you want to throw our way. It helps us to get through those and buy more material so we can stock up for the spring. And so many of y'all have bought from us, and we know we've got a lot of new viewers, but anything that y'all can buy your wife, so get her a gift card. If you're a guy, don't try to buy for your wife. Just don't do it.
100%. You all have done it, and we appreciate it, and it shows a lot. But I'm telling you, fellas, a lot of those sandals you buy for your wives, they come right back.
Let them pick out what they want. Get them a gift card.
So we have e-cards that'll be shipped right to you. Your wife can go on and pick out whatever she wants. The other thing is too, look, you want to make our little dreams come true over our slow season, this fall and winter, where right now we're like, hey, little alms for the poor. Seriously, it's slow. So if one inkling of the amount of people that watch our videos actually go on to Southern Polished and either get a gift card or buy one of our new hats. Look, I love these hats. I picked these out. They're on there. Got new shirts. Whatever. Buy the cheapest pair of flip-flops we've got. I don't care. I know times can be tough for some of us out there. Go on there. If just some of you did it, it would be insane how much money would pour into this place, and we can hire more people, and we will go into this spring, summer just, booming. So come on, y'all. I'm going to keep it up. Just this amount of people. Go on to southernpolish.com after this video. I'll put the links down below, put it in the description box, and just buy something,
We'd be very grateful.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it helps me keep all these people back here employed, and like he said, we'll be very, very grateful. I hope that clears it up. Again, we appreciate y'all's patience. Y'all are great. We love y'all. A lot of y'all have been here for years and years, and we just felt like we owed y'all a video where we just kind of catch you up, and I hope that caught you up. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. If you, whatever. Again, just tell us. And like the video, these videos aren't always the most popular, but like the video, subscribe to the channel, and all of that good stuff. And as we always say, until next time, y'all have a good one.